Okay, so thank you so much. This is Nancy Ekpezu, and we're about starting the webinar. It's actually just a session to have people who have read the book, Dear Educator, or who are interested in reading it or want to know about it to come together and share their experiences. So Dear Educator is a book that I wrote in 2019 in May precisely. It was actually launched on my birthday. It was a very quiet thing. But when I wrote it, I wrote it as a set of letters inspired from my heart to people in the education sector. And it has taken a life of its own because it's affecting lives in ways that I did not imagine as at the time that I wrote it. And so when I began to get testimonials, people sending me emails, sending me a text message, sending me, calling me on phone and telling me just how amazing and phenomenal this book is and how much impact it has had on their lives. I thought, well, there might be a need to just bring people together so that we get to talk about it and create more awareness about it. Incidentally, it looks like quite a busy day today in Lagos and other parts of Nigeria where most of the attendees are expected to come. And so we do not quite have a good number of people here, but we have Talent Side who has already joined. I decided to just start on time so that we don't keep others waiting. Anybody who joins waiting, so others can join in and we just go on. So Talin, could you introduce yourself? It will be a delight to know you. Hello, Talin.
I'm a biology chemistry science teacher.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I have a bachelor degree in education, biology chemistry, and a teaching diploma, and a master's degree in educational management.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Also, I
Thank you.
have 3 years of experience in
Oh,
teaching.
wow. Wow. Thank you. And you're joining from Lebanon, right?
Right.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for joining. I'm just going to share a few things from the book right away. So Dear Educator is actually a set of letters I wrote from the core of my heart to teachers on carefully selected aspects they need to work on in order to be at their best. And the topics chosen stemmed from my personal experience and from my interaction with teachers. I actually was a teacher between 1994 to 2005 before I moved on to school leadership. And after that, from 2005 to when I resigned in 2019 to start a full-time consulting, I actually was in school leadership, precisely a school administrator. And I did that in 4 different schools between 2005 to 2019. And so in the course of leading teachers and, getting them to be their best, there were quite a number of things I noticed. And I thought it wise to document them, have them in the form of a book and written in the form of letters in very easy to read kind of style. So the book is available on Amazon, is available in Kindle store, is also available in the paperback version on Amazon, and then it's available in paperback and distributed in Nigeria. And we also have the ebook, which is available okay, people are beginning to come. I was getting worried. Okay, so it's available on Amazon Kindle, Amazon paperback. Is also available in the ebook format, and then the paperback is mainly distributed in Nigeria because it was published by someone in Nigeria. But we also have that on Amazon. So it's a very unique book in that I wrote it with with from my heart. Really, it wasn't a well-researched kind of a practical schoolwork thing, a theoretical schoolwork thing. So it is not a textbook. It's a personal development and self-help book that just helps you to be your best. And I'm going to take us through the topics that I found here. So The Educator is not written in an academic style, but is in simple everyday language with the intent that the book will be read in a relaxed way while the serious message that is intended for it is passed on. Okay, so it can be read from page to page but it does not necessarily have to be done page sequentially. Olawale, thank you so much for joining. Can you introduce yourself, please? Hello, Olawale. Uh-oh, we just lost him. Looks like the network is poor where he is. Okay, so the educator deals with the soft side of teaching, as I believe there are already a lot of books on developing technical skills in teachers, things on classroom management, things on learning and teaching styles. But this basically has to do with developing the totality of the teacher. And the first topic here is about accepting yourself as a teacher. And there's a quote I like here so much. It says, when I accept myself, I am free from the burden of needing you to accept me. Because where I come from in Nigeria, I think from my interaction with teachers that there's a self-esteem issue from the perception that the society has of teachers. And I thought to address that as one of the core things at the start of the book. Okay, so this is a reminder to teachers to always value themselves and know that the work they do is actually a great job of building lives, building the next generation, and that is a calling, and it's something you need to go into with intentionality. Even if you stumbled into the education sector like some of us did, it's something that you need to celebrate yourself for and celebrate your wins and be very happy and deliberate about it. So every chapter I sign off every chapter with my name because it's actually a letter. And then the use of quotes has been one of the things that the readers talk about a lot, that they really love the quotes that I use, some original from me and some actually from well-known people around the world. And so that's the first chapter is just about 3 pages. Every chapter is short enough for you to just get into it and read. And then the second chapter is about what does it take to be a great teacher? What does it take to be a great teacher? So here we talk about, what a great teacher really is and what a great teacher does, and a few things you can pick from great teachers. So it's just a very short chapter. Okay, not too short, but the style of the book is such that it's written in clear, everyday language and very easy to read. Very, very easy. That's one of the feedback I get from almost all the readers of the book. That it's such an easy read. And then here I talk about the importance of character. So this chapter says your character counts as an educator. Because when we're grooming kids and we're always telling them who to be and what to be, we have to model it. And so things like integrity, saying the truth, being vulnerable to them and just being you, being authentic and displaying your real character while you keep improving on yourself. I had to emphasize on that, that it's not enough to be preachy at the kids and tell them who they should be or who they are not. We should also be a work in progress because we work with kids and we're encouraging them to be their best. So we should also be our best. So that's this chapter there. And then there is a chapter on the importance of professional development. Here, I emphasize that you cannot be a teacher if you're not constantly developing yourself and bringing your A game to the job. So I recommend courses. I talk about how deliberate you should be and how you should consciously plan to embark on your personal and professional development and to take responsibility for it and not have to think that it is your organization's sole responsibility or that the government has to do it for you all of the time or that your school is totally responsible for that. So here I lay a lot of emphasis on the teacher taking responsibility for his or her personal and professional development. I emphasize the need to have a professional development plan where you look at yourself and pick out the gaps that you have, the gaps that you notice in your professional and in your personal life. And then you begin to look for courses, seminars, workshops, or coaches, whoever it is that can help, to have training. read the right books, and move with the right company that can help you achieve that. And here I talk about personal grooming and appearance of the teacher. Because, the fact that we come in contact with so many people, teaching is a very human resource dependent kind um, of job. And so you have to constantly be grooming yourself and doing better at how you appear. This is very, very important. Very, very important. Okay, so let's go on. So the next chapter talks about relating with parents. What are the boundaries? How do we go about relating with parents? How do we set the boundaries? What are the professionally acceptable ways of relating with parents? Should you go to their houses and eat? Should you, get too charming with them? All of these are addressed here. And I also share one very great thing about Dear Educator is that I also share my personal experiences over the years and how I was able to achieve, some level of excellence as a teacher over the years before I moved on to become a school leader or manager or school administrator. And here in the next chapter, I emphasize the need for etiquette, the educator and etiquette, okay? Acceptable ways of behaving towards every kind of person that you meet as an educator. And then here I chip in tips about managing your boss. How do you manage your boss? How do you manage your employer? Okay, so those are some of the things that are there. So we're still here, and I'm still sharing from the book, Dear Educator, and, telling you what the book is about. All right, so let's go. There are more chapters. So here I talk about the relationship of the teacher with the students, how you should relate with your students to get the best out of them from a place of understanding them, from understanding their psychology and all of that. And then I emphasize, in this chapter, I talk about the importance of work-life balance, and I share my experience of when I worked for 2 straight years at a stretch without any rest and what I earned from it, a lot of fatigue and burnout and how you should avoid that. So there are a whole lot here. And please share your comments, share your experience with Dear Educator in the comments. Okay, there are a whole lot of other chapters. This chapter says you need a mentor on this journey, and you really do. And I'll tell you why. If you read it, you'll understand why you need a mentor or a coach on this journey. It's not good to go alone professionally. There's always a need to have someone who can see further than you do and who has walked the path that you walk. And on that note, I'll also be telling you about my mentoring program for school administrators, which commences on the 3rd of January, 2022. And you can check my website, www.nancyekpezu.com, to see to see how to register. Or you can check the comments. I'll have it right there. So that is it. I'm so sorry some people couldn't join. The network has been so poor. People come on and then, they are locked out again. I really don't understand what's going on. But I decided to go on all the same and record this, hoping that they can watch the replay. So there are a whole lot of topics. I may not be able to take all of them here. I had developing your leadership skills and qualities as an educator. All of these are very important. So that is it. So if you haven't got your copy of Dear Educator, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's an amazing book and it's written in clear, everyday English and something that you can easily, very, very easily get to read in a very short while. It's a very easy read. Yeah, I urge you to stop hopping from one school to another and to stay to build a school. And then there's a chapter I talk about when you must leave one school for another. When you must leave your school for another. Here I address professionalism and how you should conduct yourself if you're leaving one school to join another school, the things you should do, they have a proper resignation, following through on the terms of your contract for exit, and then making sure that you behave yourself to the very last day you leave the organization and even beyond, and maintaining a good relationship and not burning the bridge. Yeah, those are some. And then, of course, there's a chapter on managing yourself. There's also a chapter on, yeah, a whole lot. The book is really loaded. I can assure you, not because I'm the author. It's a book that was carefully written. Okay, now I talk about the importance of professional networking. Who are the people in your network? Okay, very, very important. And then there's a chapter where I talk about personal branding, reminding you that you're a personal brand. It's like I've skipped a few chapters. The chapters are short, not very lengthy, and you can easily read. Everybody who has read The Educator keeps giving me the same feedback. The production is great. The colors are beautiful on the cover page, the back page are beautiful. The style of writing is excellent. The quality of the paper, the quality of the work generally is really good. Overcoming your limitations and getting out of your comfort zone, tips that will help you do that. Setting goals for your career and personal life, very important. And then working on your attitude as a teacher. So there's a whole lot here to learn. And if I were you, I would get my copy. And then the teacher and emotional intelligence. Don't miss this book. Honestly, you should get your copy and turn and become one of the happy readers of The Educator. Yeah, I talk about traveling, the importance of traveling and what some traveling around has done for me. Okay, the level of exposure it brings to you as a teacher. It's very important. And here I can encourage you to have a side hustle without necessarily affecting your job. So those are things that you need to see. Then I talk about private home lessons for your children, how to conduct yourself when you do it, and then relating with the outside world, a whole lot. Let me not just read out all the chapters, but please check the links below so that you can place your order from Amazon. You can get your book, you can get your copy, a paperback within Nigeria, and it could be delivered to you in any of the states in Nigeria. I have a strong delivery team. You can also get the ebook. Yeah, though it's a read-only version, it's not downloadable so that it will not be shared indiscriminately. So I hope that this has been a great one, and I look forward to hearing more and more testimonials about the book, Dear Educator. So thank you so much. Please visit my website, www.nancyekpezu.com, to find out more about my work and my other books. I actually have 2 books that have been published, and one will be out in January 2022. And I'll let you know about that one soon. So until my next webinar or any event that I announce, do take care. And thank you for joining me today. Bye-bye. Thank you.